Long day. Long one. Hear the crickets? John says they remind him of our Puerto Rican neighbors in New York. He'd love to sit up with us. He apologizes. But he has to be up at 5 to get everybody's breakfast, and I gotta truck the produce into market by 6. Hell, we can chat now for a while. If we keep it low. Wish we could lure you into staying longer. Kids drive you off? They behave today? We're getting another one in May. John, white kid for a change. 8 years old, our 6th. Whew. I don't know how John does it. I feel like a pig going off leaving him here. You watch him with the kids today. 6 hours a day, by law, he spends teaching them. Besides handling the goats and chickens and doing what he can on the new house. This rate we expect it up about 2001. But with 6 kids soon and the oldest one nearly in puberty, we need more room. Hell, this weekend we're digging a new pit for the privy. Wish you could stay the weekend. Not just to help with the privy. Spring equinox. There's a fairy ring on Liberty Mountain. You'd love that. Theatrical. This sort of convent of boys up there raise goats, sell cheese, and 4 times a year, leftover hippies from 5 states dance naked around bonfires. Just like our old East Village parties, but 150 miles from the fuzz. Only time now we smoke weed, drink booze, or do the magic mushrooms. Because of the kids, and 2, it keeps it special. And there's lots of boyfriends for John to fool around with in the woods, and loads of beautiful witch women for me. Oh, I made you up a bundle of our newsletters. RFD. Stands for Rural Fairies and Dykes. And my Mother Merrill's Magic Mushroom Recipe book, and John's articles on our fight to teach the kids at home. Oh, I wish you could have been here for that. Oh, we could have used a playwright for skits and speeches. We won though anyway, and it was worth it. What's the sense taking them out of the ghettos if you're just going to put them in Tennessee schools? Much worse than you've heard. John says the reason they don't believe in evolution in Tennessee is because it hasn't happened to them yet. I wish we could talk you into settling here. The cities are bad for you. I know you're traveling to schools helps some, but that's mostly cities too, isn't it? God, I can hardly bear to truck into Nashville anymore. I know we all agreed a long time ago that the culture's collapsing, but who knew it would take this long? I know when the kids reach their teens, there's going to be a natural urge for them to hit the cities, find work, screw around. I know it's what we did, but the cities were too rotten to save then, and look how they've deteriorated. Sure, it's rough here. I notice you only nibbled at John's squirrel and rabbit stew. Vegetarian? Just couldn't handle it, huh? Well, you would if it was all the meat you got. I wish you could have watched the kids as we got them one by one. First time John milked a goat and handed a dipperful to Alana, she almost swallowed her tongue. She saw where it came from and thought we were trying to make her drink goat piss. Well, she'd lived her life locked in a closet until her mother died and some neighbors found her. What could you expect? She's better now. They all are. And this new little one coming, white boy. See how the others take to him. You really ought to get some kids, Bob. You'd learn everything. Listen, Bob, this is Mama Merrill talking. I know you. All this running yourself ragged, visiting every school in the world. I watched you with Todd. I know how shocked you were to see that a kid as bright as Todd could get so fucked up so young. You're running through all these schools trying to save 100,000 Todds. But Bob, it's too big. And it may be way too late. You might be better off settling somewhere and trying to save just one. Listen, come closer. I'll tell you a secret. John and I are considering, biologically, having one. Before I get too old. Several of my girlfriends have. They say there's nothing like it. We could. John and I have made it together several times lately. You get close to nature up here. When I hinted about us having our own, John just fluffed that big white beard at me and said, "Fine, do what you want, just don't expect me to carry it." He is the greatest. Do people still say the greatest? I couldn't have found anybody better to spend my life with. Boy, when I think what worn-out revolution refugees we were. Well, you wrote our wedding ceremony. You know we only got married to make it easier to keep our city jobs. But then, we found out how alike we were, and how alike we thought. And now, we got the farm, and our kids of all colors, and my witches, and his warlocks, and the bonfires, and the fairy rings, and the magic mushroom rituals, and... But I know you can't take this dull domestic stuff. Come on, Uncle Bob. Read me one of your fantastic plays.